our latest project is a tool holder that we're doing for a medical device company. And this tool holder is used during robotic assisted surgery. And it's a device that attaches to the end of the articulating robot arm and holds the surgical tools for use in the surgery. And all of this is under the direction of the doctor. So it's not like this is solely robotic surgery. The doctor is right there controlling the robot directly. But the advantage that the tool holder brings to this surgery is it's got navigation beacons that are used by a computer vision system to orient the robot's arm and account for patient movement, because the patient also has navigational beacons attached to track their movement. And it allows coordination between the robot and the patient. The vision system tracks the patient and the tool holder and eliminates the movement between the two so that you can have very precise, say, holes drilled in bones.
Our device is part of a greater robotic assisted surgical equipment, okay? Our device mounts onto the end of an articulating robotic arm. The tools do not mount to the arm, they mount to our device, which basically allows the computer software to see where the tool is via knowing where our device is on the end of this articulating arm in 3D space.
So this product is used by an orthopedic surgeon, and of course the whole product itself serves the patient here, and it will improve the patient outcome by increasing the precision at which cuts and holes can be drilled, devices attached. It'll improve the positioning, and all of that extra precision will reduce the variability in the surgery, and it will improve the recovery time for the patient and the patient's outcomes.
Yeah, and this device allows orthopedic surgeons to perform surgeries that previously were too risky to perform without this product being in place.
It took Product Resources about a year to complete the process design, building the fixtures, validating the process design. Probably took us a year from start to finish. We've been working on the project for probably 2 years. First, just kind of getting organized with the customer as they finalize the design. So it's been a while, and it generated a ton of paperwork. But in the end, we've got a product that we have high confidence when we build it that it's going to work in the field and do exactly the job that the customer needs done.
So I think the biggest obstacle that we were faced with while doing all of this work was the performance characteristics of this product are extremely precise. And in order to hit those performance characteristics, we needed to have extremely precise controls on our manufacturing process, which also delves into our supply chain. Where do we get all of these custom parts, these commercial off-the-shelf parts? What are their specs, and how tightly are they spec'd? So we had to go through a lot of efforts with our suppliers and even their suppliers to make sure that we had very clear control over the part being manufactured, and validating those parts to make sure that they were always going to be made to the specifications and always within tolerance every time. Because again, the product requirements were so tight and so precise. And that was one of the biggest obstacles that we faced for the better part of last year, was working with all of these sub-tier suppliers to make sure that every part came in and would integrate with the greater product every time precisely.
Without the close collaboration between the teams here at Product Resources and at our customer, the close working relationship that we had, there were enough things that I don't want to say went wrong, but were uncovered during the validation that needed, say, some mitigation of additional risk that was uncovered, or we found a deficiency in meeting the specs so that we had to change a component or change a drawing. All of those were very disruptive to the process of getting it done and getting it validated. Without the close working relationship we had with the customer, it would not have gone as smoothly as it did. I mean, as it was right down to the wire with all of the suppliers, all the sub suppliers. There was it was a huge effort on everybody's part to get this thing to close on time, and I'm pretty happy to say that it did pass all of the validation. It did it on time, and we're now moving into manufacturing, and that's, of course, that's where we wanted to be. So
those two teams have to collaborate very well together, because there are certain things in a manufacturing process that require iteration of the design, and then there are certain pieces of the design that provide input to the manufacturing process. So again, like John said, the two teams had to collaborate very closely, with very clear communication on what the path forward was. And again, as John said, I'm happy to say that we were both very well aligned on where we were going and how we were getting there. So it was a good project from that standpoint. We're in active manufacturing now, and we have a forecast that we've worked out with our customer where we're building units to their schedule, to their delivery schedule. We're shipping units on a weekly schedule, and right now we're planning out about 8 to 12 months, and we'll be evaluating each month from there.